going on, Jerome? So the word culture, gets tossed around a lot. It's part of corporate speak is like, hey, we're a family here. We had record profits this quarter. Here's a pizza party, as well as definitely in sports. And it's talk about the locker room, the culture of the organization, putting together a winning program, etc. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can go about things. First off, you can be like the hard ass, dictator, the Belichick, the Sabans of the world, a fear-driven organization, or you can be like, hey, man, all lovey-dovey, all positive and stuff. You look at Pete Carroll; has definitely had success with that throughout his football tenure, and Kevin O'Connell is a little bit more of the latter, right? Where positive reinforcement, a good, happy culture. Now, there's a balance, right? There's times when you got to kick some asses, and there's times when you can hug it out, right? It's walking that fine line, but it just feels like Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell have built a fantastic culture and a fantastic organization, and I think that that's going to pay dividends for the future. They've built a great foundation, and now it's time to build the skyscraper, man. And of course, Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi. So you can tell that they get along, which is great. Now, is it required that your GM and head coach are best friends? No, absolutely not. I mean, look at Belichick with the Patriots. He was GM and head coach, and he hated himself. The roast of Belichick coming up next. That's what it should be. But is it good to have a good working relationship? Yes. If you like a person, is it easier to have open communication? Yes, I think it absolutely is. So it's good that it does seem like Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi have that open dialogue. And plus, it's got to be good news for the Wilfs, because that was a downfall of Prete, Ricky, Spielman, and Zimmer, is that they literally didn't talk. They weren't on the same page. Spielman re-signing Sluter just to piss off Zimmer, which is still amazing. And everyone knew that at the time. And it's still awesome, man. But Kevin O'Connell, Kwesi, 3 years in to the competitive rebuild, had some ups, had some downs, but I mean the future is insanely bright. Everything that they're wanting to get done, and plus, it's not an accident that the Vikings were consistently either one or two in the NFLPA survey, and that goes into a lot of things beyond just brick and mortar facility. It goes into how is their families treated? What's it feel like every single day showing up to work, etc. But long story longer, so there's a great piece that really just shows a glimpse of the culture that they've built. That's from Kramer of the Strib. Bring your kid to work day at Vikings OTA number 9 on Wednesday. Penultimate session for off-season program. Kevin O'Connell allowed coaches to bring their children ages 8 plus up to the facility. Vets in year 5 plus given a week off. Darnold, Mullins were here Monday, Tuesday, but just McCarthy and Hall today. So it's a great opportunity for both of them to get 2 days of first team and second team reps. It's going to be great. But so a couple pieces here. Number one, so when they structured the off-season program, put mandatory minicamp week 3 as opposed to week 4, we said that it was pretty obvious that he was going to give the veterans the time off, which is great because, I mean, if you're a veteran, the NFL is a grind. It really is. And, time with your family, it's kind of hard to come by. And I understand it's like, oh, well, I still spend time with my family and I worked in the summer. Yeah. Again, fully understand everyone's situation is different, but I mean the NFL, it's all in all the time during the training part of the off season, during the training camp, during the regular season, obviously. So it's tough, and the football careers, whether it's players or coaches, can be tough on marriages, can be tough on families. So props to Kevin O'Connell, a former player himself. Like he understands, like, hey, having that extra week with your kids during the summer, it's great. It's fantastic. Also, the whole bring your kid to work day. I mean, being a football coach, it's long hours, and it can be tough on family life. So this little moment where you can have with your kids, it's fantastic. And yeah, I mean, the kids are players, kids are coaches. They get the game day experience quite a bit. But just seeing your dad in his element, seeing him work, seeing what he's dedicated his life. This is his life work. This is his passion. I mean, that resonates a lot with kids, a lot more than you think. A lot more than you think. And the NFL, especially with coaches, they're notorious for 120-hour work weeks and no sleep, bad diets, and sleeping in the office. And that's not good. Uh, I understand, like, football takes work, trust me. But you staying at the office an extra hour to try and find like a sliver of competitive advantage against the Steelers special teams versus having dinner with your family versus attending a ball game, one of your kids' games or recitals or events, or literally just spending time with your wife. I mean, there's a reason why coaches have such a high divorce rate. All right, so you know, also Kevin O'Connell also has this reputation where he isn't grinding guys into the dirt. Yes, they put in the work. Yes, they're serious when they're here, but honestly, if you can't get it done in 60, you're not going to get it done in 80. And also, it's going to affect you because you're not a battery that you can just plug in, right? And O'Connell and Kwesi, they definitely understand this, and it's really beautiful what they're building here. Like, they're building a spot where, especially coming up, by the way, where free agents want to be here, not only because of facilities, but because of the culture, because of the whole family dynamic, because you have O'Connell and Kwesi who understand what it's like to be a player, and they're going to give every single advantage to the player, to the coaches, and the Vikings are going to have a ton of money to spend in free agency. You don't think that's going to tilt the scales just a little bit? I mean, at the end of the day, money is money is money, but if you have your choice, if the money is the same between a garbage organization with bad facilities and people who just treat you like an employee versus this, you're going to pick this. All right, so I think that they just understand it, and this whole bring your kid to work day, extra week off for the some of the grizzled veterans. Like, it may seem like small things, but small things add up to big things, and I'm really ecstatic about what Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi are doing, because the whole thing about it is like, so when Bill Walsh took over the San Francisco 49ers, they were garbage, but he never talked about winning games. He never talked about points. He never talked about this thing. He talked about the standard of excellence. Everyone, even like receptionists answering the phones, you have to answer it this way: hello, San Francisco 49ers, who am I speaking to, etc. And all the small things of an organization, again, they may seem small, but they add up, right? And the score will take care of itself. Exactly like this. Again, small moments like this, small things like this add up. And then eventually they'll change results on that scoreboard. So I'm really fired up about things, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, they just get it. They just understand. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.